Meanwhile, MSNBC, as we've been reporting, has pulled Keith Olbermann and Chris Matthews from their election coverage. But now that the primaries and conventions are over, was this move too little too late?
Actually, they are still involved with the election coverage.
As commentators.
Right, exactly. They're analysts. They are no longer sitting in the anchor chairs. Tim Graham is the director of media analysis for the Media Research Center. He joins us from D.C. Good morning to you, Tim.
Good morning.
Well, it looks, we have known that this is your business. There is media bias in this nation, and they were perfect examples of how extreme the left has become on NBC, which some have referred to as the National Barack channel.
Absolutely. I think this is one of those things, the idea to make these guys news anchors, I don't know who came up with this idea. It's sort of like people who believe if you add water, you get sea monkeys. It just doesn't make any sense that you can add water and make an objective news anchor out of people who come on the air and tell the president to shut the hell up.
Right.
Like Olbermann did.
That's exactly what he said. But Tim, is the damage done already? I mean, look, we're almost done with this thing. 50-something days left.
Not only is the damage already done, the damage continues. I mean, not only are they keeping these people on for an hour a night, they're adding this lesbian Air America radio host, Rachel Maddow, on every night. So, I mean, they're really entrenching and solidifying a left-wing agenda on this network, not just, you know, pulling something back.
So Tim, it sounds like from the reports we've read that one of the breaking points for NBC was when Keith Olbermann said during the Republican National Convention they showed a tribute to 9/11 victims. And after this tribute video was played, Olbermann said, "I'm sorry it's necessary to say this, but if you reacted to that videotape the way I did, I apologize. It's a subject of great pain for many of us still." And it was probably, well, this is his apology. What he first said was that they were exploiting the victims of 9/11, and he then went on to apologize. That it sounds like that was the breaking point. If you don't know who made the decision to put them on the air as anchors to begin with, was it Tom Brokaw's decision that got them pulled off?
Well, I know Tom Brokaw obviously said he thought they were going too far. I doubt he made that decision. He might have made noise inside. I mean, here was a video that simply said, jihadis have been at war with America. Jihadis want another 9/11. We vow never again. And then Olbermann comes on. See, I'm mixing them up. Obama, Olbermann, it's a blur. But the idea that somehow it's awful that you would remember 9/11 or that you would exploit 9/11. Look, right. Keith Olbermann and Chris Matthews had these Jersey moms on throughout the 2004 election trying to suggest that basically President Bush was responsible for 9/11. Right. So the idea that he would accuse somebody else of exploiting 9/11 for political gain is just more partisanship.
Sure. And NBC, I used to work over there, they've had a long tradition through history of being, you know, fair brokers down the middle until recently where this MSNBC channel has so veered off to the left. So you got to figure that in the halls of NBC, Tom Brokaw, who still has a lot of weight, you know, he must have been complaining, and then they sacked these guys. So Tom Brokaw won. But, you know, it is extraordinary that somebody over there would have thought it was a good idea to have these clearly partisan people do their anchoring when, as you said, you know, one day they're doing the anchoring, the next day one of them makes the guy the world's worst person.
Well, right after, yeah, exactly. They named John McCain the worst person in the world on the Friday after the Republican convention, suggested he was delusional because he thinks Iraq is stable now. This is, remember, Chris Matthews, when he said that Barack Obama gave him a tingle up his leg, was being an objective anchor man, right, covering a primary.
But don't worry, David Gregory will straighten it all out. He has no agenda.
Yeah, his show's broadcast on Air America. Yeah.
All right, Tim Graham, Director of Media Analysis for the Media Research Center. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Sure.